Hello everyone, welcome to a new video of On Sale Only. This time we have a new themed sale called Reboot 2020, and honestly be prepared for a lot of awesome assets on sale. So let's get started. First off, I'm going to start with the Melee module for Game Creator. I think I've covered this module in so many videos that honestly I wouldn't be able to count them. It's a definite must buy for anyone that has Game Creator. It allows you to create combos for melee weapons, of course, but you can take some liberty with this and it would allow for quite a bit more than just melee combos. So definitely really cool, worth checking out if you don't already own this. Next up, we have another module for Game Creator on sale, the Combat module. And yes, this is another module I've covered countless amount of times. It's definitely worth picking up for countless amount of reasons. Right now, it no longer depends on the shooter module or melee module. They're optional integrations, the same with behavior now as well. It allows for a targeting system, but also includes a spawning system and homing with missiles, weapon caches, so much more. Definitely worth checking out if you don't already own this. For all of the VR developers out there, we have VR Interaction Framework, and this is a really impressive asset if you're going to create a VR game. It includes a lot of systems already set up pretty much out of the box. Now, I do want to highlight that if you are using Game Creator, as many viewers might be, integration with Game Creator doesn't work all that well. Outside of the basic actions and triggers, you'd be quite limited, so something to keep in mind. So if you are keen on developing for VR while using Game Creator, I would wait for the VR module. Another interesting asset is Magica Cloth. And I think this, the video shows basically what it does is it allows you to create cloth mechanics, and it does a really good job at it. Now, I do want to highlight that the instructions can be a bit difficult to understand in the beginning, but the outcome is definitely worth it. If you are going for something like this, and I think a lot of games will have systems like this, this is definitely a good asset. Now, this is one asset I did not own yet, but I'm definitely picking up this sale. It's basically light probes like you might have been used to before, but it seems to do a lot better job at it and a lot easier to set up as well, if I'm to believe the comments and reviews, which is one of the things that annoy me a bit with the default light probe setup. It's not really that easy to set up. It's all GPU instance as well, which is a really good thing. Will definitely speed up performance. So yeah, definitely worth checking out as well. Now, if you're going for something gory, Real Blood is definitely worth looking into. It includes a lot of visual effects, decals and props, so basically the entire system you'd need for good blood effects in your game. Yes, it can be a bit heavy at times, but it's honestly really impressive. This is the HDRP version of the best ocean rendering system in my opinion. The default render pipeline version is free, however it does lack some features the HDRP version has in the asset store, and if you are going to create an ocean, I would always recommend Crest. It's honestly a beautiful asset, really easy to set up, and it looks so good. So yeah, if you are developing for HDRP, I'd check this out for sure. For those wanting to be creative, we have Clayxels as well. It's a volumetric sculpting system that works inside of Unity. So if you are into clay sculpting, this is actually pretty impressive. You don't have to open up any other program, and you can do all of this in Unity in both editor and in game, which is quite impressive. It looks really cool, honestly, and if this is your thing, I'd check it out. I've covered Map Magic quite often, but if you are still missing out on some of the modules, this is worth looking into. We have both Splines and Biomes on sale. Splines allows for, well, exactly what the name says, splines, and think of roads, depths, etc. As of now, this is still in beta though, so something to keep in mind, some features are still lacking. Biomes, on the other hand, is a complete module. It's really impressive. It allows you to create, well, biomes with either multiple maps, one map, seamlessly streaming maps. It's really impressive if you are using Map Magic. Next up, we have Stylized Water for URP, and as the name suggests, this is only working for URP as it is made with shader graph, which is a really good thing because it would allow you to tweak things quite easily as well, which I always like myself. However, it does mean that you cannot use this outside of URP. Another really popular nature asset is Azure Nature. It has a quite unique stylized look with some really impressive built-in shaders. I own this asset myself, and I've converted the shaders into something else, and it's still worth it simply because these are some really good looking nature assets. So yeah, I'd recommend this to anyone. I don't often cover Snap's Ars HD assets of the asset store, but this one is really impressive and it's quite unique. There's not a lot of assets like this out there, and at its current price it is definitely interesting if you are going for this type of style. I do really think that they've done something nice with this one. I've covered Manufacturea K4 assets before, but I think Sci-Fi Base has to be one of the most impressive assets they've released so far, at a great value as well. It is really impressive, really detailed, has indoors and outdoors, and honestly just one of their best assets for sure. And what type of sale would this be without some Synty Polygon assets? We have particle effects, construction pack and office pack, all 50% off. I genuinely really like the particle effects. I didn't think they would come up with something new and exciting, and they did it again, so definitely recommend checking this one out. And as for construction pack and office pack, if it fits the type of game you want to create, Synty assets are great value for money. A brand new addition to the Unity asset store are the KitBash 3D assets. These are really high quality assets, both for built-in render pipeline and HDRP. They are separate packages though, so make sure you pick the right one. I think the medieval package and military outpost one are the most impressive. Utopia and Neo Shanghai look great as well. But in terms of the amount of assets and the details, I do think the first two actually look the best. So worth checking out. As always, the links to these assets are in the description. In total, there's more than 100 assets on sale, so obviously I couldn't cover them all, so make sure to check out the rest of the sale as well. Thanks for watching.